Okay, good morning. In the previous class, we have seen industrial safety. So, industrial safety, this is primarily a management activity. So, it is a management activity dealing with reducing the controlling, and eliminating hazards, various kinds of hazards in any industries. So that was the industrial safety, and we have seen different objectives or aims of the industrial safety. Why we need a safety, or by industrial safety, what we are aiming. So these were the main objectives. That is to prevent the accidents, eliminate the accident-caused work stoppage or production. Then for compensation-related losses, we have to reduce it or eliminate the losses caused by the compensation, whether it is a direct or indirect cost. And finally, to provide a safe workplace or good working condition. So these were the main objectives of industrial safety. Now we will see what are the different measures for ensuring the industrial safety. So measures for industrial safety, that is measures for ensuring industrial safety. So what are the main measures for ensuring in industrial safety? So in any industry, we should have a safety officer appointed for these type of activities, that is for measuring or conducting certain safety programs and all. Because the safety, we have seen what the importance of industrial safety. So regarding that, there will be a safety officer, and which all measures are taken by the safety officer to adopt the various kinds of safety procedures that we will see. So the main precautionary steps which is adopted to prevent these accidents in any industries can be listed as: first one, the safety committee. First one is the safety committee. Okay, so in any industry or in any plant, there should be a safety committee. Safety committee should be there to consider the safety practices, or safety, to provide some safety educations, anything like that related to that. So there should be a committee. And regarding the representatives, who all should be the representative? Either the worker or the management. Yes, the safety committee should comprise everyone, that is both from the management and workers. So both management and the workers. So the combined efforts from the management and workers should be there in the committee. So the members will be from both from the management and also from the worker side. Now, the safety education. So regarding the safety education, this committee will provide various kinds of safety education regarding consciousness to everyone, that is even to the top management or to the bottom level operating employees, supervisors, executives. Everyone will be given the safety education. So it can be done by many things, like posters, posters, bulletin boards, bulletin boards, bulletin boards, display, cartoon, etc. Displays, cartoon, cartoons, slogan, sign, etc. etc. Slogan, sign, etc. So in any industries, for example, if we go to any industry, we can see safety first, it will be written, or prevention is better than cure. Like that, some posters will be there, or some boards will be there showing some signs, caution, and all, or display will be there, or some cartoons. Even using certain cartoons, it will describe the importance of the safety, or some slogan will be there. In the road and all, we can see helmet ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഓംലെറ്റ് ആവും എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് കണ്ടിട്ടില്ലേ? Like that, various types of slogans will be there, signboards will be there. So these all comes under the activities of the safety committee, which contains both the persons from the or the representatives from the management and workers. So this is the first measure, or first precautionary step. Next is safety training. Safety training. Okay, safety training. So simple thing, that is the training given for the safety. So which all representatives are there, they have the we have already said there is a committee for that, and they are implementing many things. So in order to have the safety, the people or the employees should be properly trained, or if any new employees are coming, then we should, or the supervisor should train the new employees in various types of safety methods. That is, while doing this particular job, you have to be conscious of this safety, or this is our company's policy of safety procedure, or this is the safety procedure, you should follow this strictly. Like that, training will be given, or he can explain, the supervisor can explain the possible causes of various types of accidents. Accident can happen in this particular manner. Like that, it can be explained to the new employees. So it should be a habit, and we can prevent further accident from the occurring. Next is regarding the material handling equipments. Material handling equipments. So material handling equipments. So wherever possible, you can incorporate the usage of material handling equipments. So no worker should lift or be able to lift the heavy loads. So in case of loading heavy things or bulky materials, it is mandatory that we should incorporate some material handling equipments. Various kinds of material handling equipments are there, we have already seen. So by the use of these things, we can minimize the human effort or minimize the accidents. That is the third one. Next, guarding of machines. Guarding of machines. For example, in our lab, we have seen in the lathe and all, there are many guards there. That is the machine itself. It is not open, fully open. There are many types of guards to prevent our body parts entering into the rotating parts or machineries inside. So there will be many guards available. So wherever possible, for the machines, we can provide the guards. So it should be the safety guards should be designed or constructed and used to provide the protection and prevent the access to the danger zones. So there will be many danger zones in the machines. So in order to prevent access to these zones, uh, already we know we should not move our hand or our body parts towards the danger zones, but sometimes it may happen. So in order to avoid this inconvenience or to avoid the accident from happening, we can provide the guarding. That is the fourth point. Next, regular inspection. Regular inspection. So the equipment, which all equipments we are using or the machineries, we should have a regular inspection, not just for the sake of inspecting, but we should keep some time. That is a periodic check should be done on the basis of the time. We can keep a time for that once in a week or like that. There should be a regular inspection of each and every machines or each and every equipment should be done to prevent the forthcoming accidents or damage. And next one, maintenance of the plant. Maintenance of the plant. So this is the case of the plant as a whole. So the plant as a whole should be maintained in a good condition always. So we have to see whether there is any obstructions or any hindrance in the path while we are transporting some materials from one place to another. In that case also, while or in the case of material handling and all, if there is any hindrance or any obstruction in the passage, then it should be removed. Or regarding the uh, environment, it should be clean, dry, ventilated, etc., etc. So we have to clean the environment, and as a whole, that is a plant as a whole should be maintained properly or regularly. Like the case of the instruments or equipments or machines we have already discussed, the plant as a whole also should be maintained properly on the regular basis. Next is the equipment redesign. Equipment redesign. Equipment redesign. So the sometimes certain equipments are always prone to disaster or always prone to accidents, may create accidents due to its present design sometimes. So in that case, we will think in any industries there are many design engineers or the persons working in the design department. They are always looking for maintaining the design or improving the designs. They will be updating more and more designs. So what they do is they will redesign the equipment such that the accidents can be minimized. That is regarding the equipment redesign. Now, next is a proper clothing. Proper clothing. That is, for example, whenever you come to our lab, or Trayvan sir will say, "Where is your lab coat? Where is your shoes?" That is, there is why he is asking, because if you are lacking the proper uniform, that is lab coat, there may be a chance to spill the oil to your clothes, your uniform, or there may be a chance to uh, damage your legs by hitting any parts, or sometimes any hammer or anything will fell on your uh, leg and make some accident. So in order to prevent that, we are keeping some uniform. So that is the reason for a proper clothing. So in order to work in any industry, there should be a proper clothing that includes the protective things like hand gloves, mask, helmet, safety footwear, etc., etc., etc. So these all includes in the proper clothing. So these should be used for the safety. And finally, clean floors. Clean floors means the floor should be clean. That is, a floor should be clean, means there should not be anything lying on the floor. Suppose if there is any electrical line or cable going, then unknowingly sometimes while the worker is walking, he may step onto that, he may slip from there and may create some hazard. So the floor should be clean or should be made free from the obstructions. So these are the main measures to ensure the industrial safety. First one, to create a safety committee, including the both the representatives from the management and the workers. And what they do is they create some posters, bulletin boards, displays, cartoons, slogan, signs, etc., 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 in order to convey the safety measures to the workers or the employees, or who all engaged with the firm. Then comes the safety training, where the training should be given to the new employees by the employers. Then regarding the material handling equipments, wherever possible, we go for the material handling equipments in order to lift bulky loads and all. We usually use material handling equipments rather than the muscular power. Then comes the use of or need for guarding of machines. The machines, every machine should be guarded properly in order to prevent the accidents caused by how entering to the danger zones of the machines. Then regarding the inspection, there should be a regular inspection. Regular inspection should be there for any equipments or any machines. And regarding the plant, the overall plant should be maintained properly. Then equipment redesign. The equipment should be redesigned wherever possible to minimize the accidents. And regarding the clothing, that is, proper clothing should be there. That means we should use hand gloves, masks, etc., etc. And finally, the floor should be clean. Floor should be clean. That means it should be made free from the obstruction. So these are the various measures for ensuring the industrial safety. Now, next is the personal protective devices. Personal protective devices. That is PPDs. Personal protective devices. So these are the devices which are used in person in order to avoid various types of accidents. So nowadays we are seeing many PP kits and all, right? These are all personal protective devices in person, protecting from coronavirus. We are using mask, face shield, uh, different types of clothings and all, in order to personally prevent us from affecting from the virus. So likewise, there are many types of in any industries we can see many types of devices used for protecting the personal health. These are the and these devices are termed as the personal protective devices. So there should be some requirement for these devices, or how it should be, or how a PPD should be. That is, we can see that is the requirements requirements of a PPD. First one, it should give adequate protection against the hazard. So adequate protection against hazard. So if we are using a mask nowadays, then it should protect us from or it should filter the virus. Otherwise, if it is just for a look, then it is not a device or a personal protective device. We cannot say that it is a personal protective device. It should give the purpose or serve the purpose. So adequate protection against the hazard, that is the first one. Then next one, maximum comfort and minimum weight. Maximum comfort and minimum weight. So the personal protective devices like helmets, mask, gloves and all, if the helmet is not comfortable to wear, or it is having huge weight, then it is very it is impossible to use for many time, or more time, for much time it cannot be used. So it should be having maximum comfort. So these devices, which all devices we are using as a personal protective devices, it should be having, or it should be able to deliver maximum comfort and with minimum weight. That is a second requirement. The third one, while wearing these devices or using these devices, the people or the worker should be able to work. So the primary thing is that the worker, he is meant for working, or he is suppose the worker who is working in the turning machine, the main thing is he has to turn the workpiece. So if by using these personal protective devices he is not able to do his work, then it is a wastage. So the essential movements, there should be there should not be any restriction for the for his movements. That is the third point. That is no restriction, no restriction, no restriction on the essential movements. Essential movement of the worker. So that is the third requirement. And finally, one more, that is the durability and easy maintenance. This equipment should be durable. It should be durable, and also the maintainability should be easy. That is durable and easily or easy maintenance. So these are the key requirements of a personal protective device. There is adequate protection against the hazard. It should provide the adequate protection against any hazard. Then it should deliver maximum comfort, or it should deliver the its requirement or the protection with maximum comfort and minimum weight. And you have seen there should not be any restriction on the essential movement of the worker. And finally, it should be durable and easily maintainable. Now we will see what are the types of various types of personal protective devices, how it can be classified. That is the PPDs, personal protective devices. So this can be mainly classified into two classified. That is non-respiratory and respiratory. So the equipments mainly classified into two, that is non-respiratory and respiratory. So what all devices comes under non-respiratory and which all devices comes under respiratory? So respiratory means, by the word itself we can get an idea, that is related to respiration, respiratory, shwasam, that is that is mainly dealing with the atmospheric contaminants, how we can remove the or prevent the cause of danger through atmospheric contaminants, how we can eliminate it. So basically dealing with the atmospheric contaminants or preventing atmospheric contaminants and all other things comes under the non-respiratory devices, that is protecting the head, eyes, hand, foot, body protection, etc., etc. There are various devices for them that comes under the respiratory. Non-respiratory. In the respiratory, mainly dealing with the preventing the atmospheric contaminants, and it can be mainly classified into two. Again, classified into two. That is devices which supply air, devices which supply air, and next is the air purifying devices. So in some cases, we are supplying the air. In some certain cases, we are supplying air from, we can see persons working in the deep, under deep sea. They are provided with the oxygen and all. Their devices are given to supply air. In some other cases, where we are purifying the air, existing air, which all environment is there, using certain adsorbents and some chemicals or any canister and or etc. We are purifying the air and using that. That is coming under the air purifying devices. So these are the main classification. There are some other sub classification also. So in depth we will see in the next class. So this is your today's class.